The Sanderson book that got me reading was not Mistborn. That was the second book, though. So cheating a little bit. Um, the book that actually caught me was Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. It's a book that I feel like is never talked about among any of the fans. I've heard Sanderson himself talk about it occasionally and say that it's his favorite, alongside Tress of the Year of Sanderson books. But I feel like no one talks about it ever. I've never heard anyone talk about it really. And I loved it. It was the first book in years that I actually, hearing the concept, hearing Sanderson talk about how it's very Final Fantasy X inspired and coded, fantastic game, and that instantly kind of struck a chord in my head. And after having not read books for years, I was still writing them, but I hadn't read in a long time. That kind of sparked my interest, and I was like, oh, I'll do some research. Kind of found that no one really talked about it that much, and so I felt a little confused, but I was like, you know what, like, I'm not just gonna follow the norms because, like, following what everyone says. I want to read that book. That it sounded interesting. I'm gonna go for it. Did it, and for the first time in years, I flew through the book. It's not long. It's only like 300 pages, and typically I read one chapter a day or per sitting, and in the first time in however long I can remember, I was reading like 3, 4, 5 chapters at a time, spending hours with the book, and finishing it in just a couple weeks. And I thought it was sick. It's a cool body swap kind of premise across 2 different super interesting and different unique fantasy worlds, between a guy and a girl, completely different professions, just interesting environments that they live in. Has a classic Sanderson, like, badass ending with a cool twist. Hoyd's storytelling feels like the perfect mix of lightheartedness, but also keeping stakes and making you feel like things actually matter and it's not just all a joke. It's just such an exhilarating and like brisk read that kind of reinvigorated my love for the hobby, I don't know if you would call it, of reading. And the second book, yeah, was Mistborn. That got me in. And now I'm reading The Way of Kings. I'm like 650 pages in or something like that. That book is sick. I'm loving it so far. Yeah. Read Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, please. I want to talk to someone about it.